Hello, potato. Caffeine is life. It is the chemical without which the world could not function, and I will not entertain any discussion to the contrary. And normally I do go for my caffeine in either the form of like coffee or tea, but sometimes you just can't have a coffee or a tea. Sometimes you want something a little more shelf stable, a little more quick to ingest. And that's when I look beyond the beverage. I look for snack bars or chewing gum. And that's where we're going today. We're going to caffeine you can keep in your pocket. Or in this case, actually, maybe that would be a bad idea because we're looking at chocolate. Awake Caffeinated Chocolate, to be exact. This one's dark chocolate. One bite equals 1/2 a cup of joe. So each piece is half a cup of coffee. So not as caffeinated as our Verb cookie dough bars, but smaller and probably easier to eat. I mean, pretty good sized piece for a piece of chocolate, I guess. I mean, it's a little larger than, say, advent calendar sized. Hopefully better quality. But it does contain actual caffeine of half a cup of joe. Now, whenever I see companies being cutesy on their package like that, I wonder, are they just being cutesy? Or is there like some legal reason they can't say coffee? Because they've done it consistently on the front and the back. Let's see what it says in the text here. Unfortunately, the price label is over the text. So Santa brought these to me at Christmas. They were in my stocking. And, come off. And they've been sitting around here for a little bit, waiting for me to get around to trying them. I have a lot of things that I need to try sitting around here. Get this label off. So these were according to this label, $6.95, and each package contains only 6 pieces. And each piece is only half a cup of coffee. So each package only contains 3 cup of joe. So each package contains only 3 cups of joe worth. So maybe not tremendous value unless the chocolate's really, really good. And yeah, that label just does not want to come off in one piece. That's annoying. I mean, I know that's the design of the label. People can't like swap the tags on things. All right, there we go. Now we can see all the words. Here's the deal. Each noshable bite here is packed with as much caffeine goodness as half a cup of coffee. Perfect for when you gotta get stuff done and just don't have the energy to do it. All right, it does say coffee there. So maybe this is just them being cutesy up on the front and the back. And 70 calories per piece. So again, a cup of coffee is gonna be 140 calories. And you only get 3 cups worth in a package. So I hope they're really good. There's more words on here. Caffeine content, 50 milligrams, 0.48 ounces a piece. Not recommended for children, pregnant or nursing women, or persons sensitive to caffeine. 4 pieces maximum for a day. I drink 2 cups of coffee before I go to work. It's dark chocolate and natural vanilla, caffeine and soybean oil. Well, at least the ingredients are simple. It's non-GMO verified. It's gluten-free certified, if these are things that matter to you. The 70 calories per piece. Where's our sodium? There's no sodium. Yay! That's a rarity on this channel. No sodium. Made in Canada, distributed by the Awake Corporation, Mississauga. That's right? No, Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. AwakeChocolate.com. So I have not had any caffeine yet today, and I can tell you I am feeling it a bit, but I wanted to give this a test to see if I feel the coffee. Now that's again, 1 cup of coffee, 100 milligrams of coffee is not, is considerably lower than my normal daily tolerance. So, but this should hopefully like battle off the worst feelings of not having caffeine. And rather than eat 2 bites of the dark chocolate, luckily Santa Claus brought me a second flavor in the form of peanut butter Awake Caffeinated Chocolate. Also 6 individual wrap pieces, also 70 calories, also half a cup of joe. And I'm guessing the only ingredient difference is going to be that it has peanuts in it, probably. Milk chocolate. Oh, this one's a lot, I guess, because it's milk chocolate, not dark chocolate. That makes more sense. Milk chocolate, peanut butter filling, caffeine, soybean oil. A lot more oils in this version. So let's pop these open and take a look at them. I mean, okay, that's a pretty sizable, I suppose, chunk of chocolate. I mean, we're getting into like fun size area of candy bars, I suppose. Take that off. The packages are not resealable, but I guess since each individual piece is sealed, it's not a humongous deal. Here is our peanut butter. Here is our dark chocolate. Caffeine content, yes. I wonder how much of that's meant to be to try to sell it to people like me, and how much of it's meant to warn off people who shouldn't be eating these. Very dark. The dark chocolate is very nicely dark. And so depending on how you eat this, you could eat this in like 2 bites instead of just 1. I mean, that's something. The peanut butter, of course, is much lighter, being not peanut butter. They both have the Awake Owl, I'm assuming that's like their mascot, on them. Dark chocolate smells very unsurprisingly like dark chocolate. Peanut butter smells very unsurprisingly kind of like a Reese's peanut butter cup. So, it's time for me to get some caffeine in my system. Before I crash completely, let's give our dark chocolate a bite. It's very firm. It took a little bit of effort to bite through that. That's a very nice dark chocolate flavor. It's not super, it's not like one of those like 80% cacao kind of dark chocolates, but it's definitely dark chocolate, kind of in like Hershey's Special Dark territory, but better quality than Hershey's Special Dark. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, it doesn't taste different at all for having the caffeine in it, but that's perfectly nice. Let's try the peanut butter. This one's supposed to be filled, so let's take a look at that. Well, it's much softer. So I was expecting maybe a little bit more peanut butter than that. The peanut butter flavors, it's there, but it's not super strong. What the flavor reminds me of is not so much a Reese's peanut butter cup, but like one of those like knockoff peanut butter candies. Like I feel Palmer's is unfair to say just because Palmer's is not the like best quality on earth. But I mean, that is the first thing that comes to mind, probably just because that's the thing I'm most likely to run into that is a peanut butter candy that's not Reese's. Yeah, it doesn't really taste like Reese's. The chocolate flavor is maybe a little richer. The peanut butter flavor is a little lighter. Maybe a little more natural. A little more, you know. I'm not really sure what the stuff in a Reese's peanut butter cup is. It's not peanut butter. It's very tasty, and it tastes like a very strong peanut butter, but it's clearly not peanut butter. This is much more likely to be like a somewhat dried out peanut butter. It looks like it's kind of got that texture of a Reese's peanut butter cup, but it's not at least it didn't feel creamy to me, but there's so little of it that it may have just gotten lost in the chocolate. It's nice. Surprisingly, I do kind of like the dark chocolate better. I kind of thought, because I like peanut butter, I kind of thought I liked the peanut butter one better, but I do like the dark chocolate better. So finish it. So I guess now I've had approximately half a cup worth of coffee. Sorry, joe. So I'm going to finish these, and then I think I will, like I did with the Verb bar, I'm going to go away and do some stuff and come back in like an hour or so and see how I feel having had these as my only source of caffeine so far for the day. Will the withdrawal symptoms I've already started to feel go away? Will this be enough to kind of keep me even? Or do I still need to go make a cup of coffee? Which, I mean, realistically, I probably will after I'm done doing all the stuff anyways. But I mean, even if it doesn't like ward off the worst of symptoms, it may be good still for like an afternoon sort of a snack. Maybe like chuck one of these in with your lunch just to give you a little bit of boost for like the last half of the day. I don't know, but they taste fine. Price is a little high for what you get, but it is good quality. I do like the dark chocolate flavor better than the peanut butter flavor. I think if peanut butter had more peanut butter in it, it would be better. But also may just be that, getting older, my palate is changing and things like dark chocolate do just appeal to me more. So yeah, I'm going to go and do some other stuff. I'm going to come back. For you, it'll be mere seconds. The candy will be gone. The bags will probably be in a different place. And we'll see if this was enough caffeine to kind of keep me moving forward. I'll be right back as far as you're concerned. And now, through the wizardry of YouTube magic, it has been about an hour for me since I tried our Awake Caffeinated Chocolates, dark chocolate and peanut butter. I did finish the ones that I had opened that had been previously sitting around here, and I haven't had any other caffeine in the meantime. I've had some food, but I haven't had any other caffeine. And I have to say, I'm not really feeling a lot. I don't feel, for the time of day it is, I would expect to feel a lot more headachy, a lot more like I'm kind of coming down with the flu. It's usually how I feel if I haven't had any caffeine. And I'm not feeling that. There's a little bit of a headache up there. But I don't feel like I'm coming down with the flu. So that's a nice thing. That tells me this is probably working. And I feel maybe a little bit like in my arms, if that makes sense. But that could also be that I've had like some food in the meantime as well. And that normally, as far as like, having not eaten or had caffeine before recording this, I frequently can eat something and not have caffeine and still feel sick from not having the caffeine. Alternately, I can have caffeine and not eat anything and be absolutely fine because of the caffeine. So I don't think the food has altered my results here too much. But I haven't had anything else with caffeine in it. And this would not get me through the day. I am absolutely going to go and make a cup of coffee after I'm done recording this. But I think in the afternoon, if around, like that around 3 o'clock, around tea time, I were starting to feel a little laggy, one of these probably would give me, a little bit of a boost. Just, at least psychologically. There's sugar in there too. So the sugar probably would also help, at least temporarily, while waiting for that caffeine to kick in. Yeah, okay. There's no way. You saw the inside of that candy. There was not that much peanut butter inside that candy. So my wife tried them as well. She kind of thought they tasted a little cheap. And I can agree with that a little bit on the peanut butter one, because again, the first thing that came to mind for me was less Reese's and more Palmer's. She also pointed out to her, she thought of Justin's, which, that's not a cheap brand, but I don't think that's unfair either. But I prefer the dark chocolate, definitely. It's not like one of those, $10 a bar, 90% cacao dark chocolates. To me, it made me think kind of the level of Hershey Special Dark, which I suppose also kind of sounds like I'm comparing it to cheap chocolate. But I don't think they're cheap as much as maybe they're going a little bit more on the gimmick of them being caffeinated and a little bit less on just the quality of the chocolate. But they're not bad. They're very expensive for what you get. Too far, I bought them at Santa got them at a specialty candy store. So, everything is a little expensive. But yeah, they're not bad. You could certainly do worse. I feel like value for money, the Verb bars are probably better, but these aren't bad. They did the job they were required to do, and therefore I can't really complain about them too much. So yeah, an hour in, I feel okay for having not had any coffee, better than I would normally feel this time of day having not had any coffee. And with that, we will wrap this up. I hope you found it at all interesting or entertaining. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.